So good day everyone, my name is Maria Berndes Agundo from BEd 3D and today we're going to discuss the following question. Digital literacy skills are very essential nowadays in educational field. Since our world is now in technology era, as a teacher, now can you develop these literacy skills among your students, especially to those in some remote areas? In past times, one would be considered literate if they were capable of reading and writing at a basic level. One, with advancement in technology and internet, literacy has evolved into digital literacy. In today's world, even if the students are located in remote areas, students must be able to utilize online learning tools and social media platforms. Digital literacy creates new ways to teach and learn within the classroom. As a future educator, I will develop my future learners by guiding them in their comfort zone because I know that some of my students cannot afford and will not easily adapt by having or using a technology. We all have a comfort zone when it comes to technology. But if we want the students to become digital literacy learners, example is that some of students may already to be adept at communicating, so moving out of their comfort zone, you might mean sharing their opinions. In this case, they might be interested in trying something a bit more out of the box. Whatever the case, must be giving the students to have a more freedom of choice and encouraging them to use the technology in a new way and creative way is one of the best ways to help them. Which instructional design model will suit you as an educator? Why? I think that the best instructional design model that suits for me is the ADDIE instructional model design. The ADDIE model design is an excellent way to structure online course. ADDIE has an acronym that stands for Analyze, Design, Develop, Implement, and Evaluate. This model is meant to be completed in the sequential order from analysis to evaluation. However, ADDIE is designed to be as a flexible, continuous process of improvements and interactions. In this model, I learn a lot how I'm going to teach by this ADDIE model by having a 5-step of an ADDIE process. In your own words, what principles in selecting instructional materials can advise for the next generation teachers? I can advise to the next generation of teachers that the best selecting instructional materials is the principle of authenticity. Why? Because for me, authenticity learning is a real-life learning. It is style of learning that encourage the students to create a tangible and useful product outcome to be shared. It will help the learners to engage all the senses, allowing the students to create meaningfully. Give them a lesson or activity that will be useful in their real life so that the learners have the opportunity to connect directly to the real world. Because for me, as a teacher, you must be honest, be sincere, and be true to oneself. Because when the student look at the teacher or look at you, they are genuine and have the reflection of the teacher's personal identity. The teachers reflected in the purpose of the education and how they choose to teach because of their educational goal matter. Discuss the levels in revised Bloom taxonomy as creating in the highest position and remembering in the lowest. There are 6 levels of cognitive learning according to revised version of Bloom's taxonomy. Each level is conceptually different. The 6 levels are remembering, understanding, applying, analyzing, evaluating, and creating. Bloom's taxonomy is the specific classification aimed at giving teachers an opportunity to set the correct goals and achieve them by means of structured objectives. The first stage is remembering. Remember is about recalling the facts and concepts that the student can define and duplicate or make a list of memorized points, repeat informations, and make a valid statement. Recalling some relevant knowledge from a long-term memory. The second stage is understanding. This is where understand the next levels comes in. The student explain ideas and concept, discusses and describe a topic in detail. Explain what it means, recognize it, and translate the facts in some way. They can paraphrase a point or compare and contrast the information. Third stage is the applying. Once this level is conquered, the student move up to the pyramid to the next stage of the learning. Apply. They use the information they've learned in a new situation, whether it is to solve a problem, demonstrate an idea, interpret, or schedule, sketch, whichever method works for the specific type of learning, course of study, and the class of the environment. Breaking material into constituent parts, determining how the parts to relate to one another, and overall structure of the purpose through differentiating or organizing and attributing. Fourth stage is analyzing. Then they must show the connection between the ideas in the analyzed levels of Bloom's taxonomy and differentiate, to organize, to relate, to compare, and to contrast. Examine, question, or test their knowledge. Critical thinking finally comes into play as the students distinguishes between the fact and opinions and breaks the information down into the component parts. The fifth stage is evaluating. Here is where the students makes an educated judgment about the value of the material they've just learned, applied and analyzed to be able to tell the difference between the fact and opinions or inference that could be include in finding an effective way to solution to a problem or justifying a specific decision, and being able to back up the justification with knowledge. Appraise, conclude, critique, evaluate, support, and summarize are all good verbs to use in this Bloom's taxonomy. Stage 6, creating. In the final level of Bloom's taxonomy, the student demonstrate the full knowledge by applying what they've learned, analyzed, and evaluated, and building something, either it is a tangible or conceptual, that could include writing or manual or report on a particular topic. Educators can use the tools of Bloom's taxonomy to precisely focus curricula throughout the year on the specific part of framework, ensuring the students demonstrate the proper cognitive abilities in each assignment and exams before moving out to the next. This way, students can have a clear, concise, and measurable goals to achieve. That's all for today. Thank you for watching.